Zevahim Daf Pei Aleph Hamud Aleph. Three lines from the top. We were going back and forth regarding Rabbi Asher that he holds that Rabbi Eliezer does not assume that there's an automatic blending of the bloods. Amar Rav asked to re-explain. Bilvalu Lo Pligi already agrees that when the bloods are mixed in the same uh, cup, there's no question. Keep Pligi with their machloket because when there's separate cups, Rabbi Eliezer and Leroin. Eliezer holds that we view it. And Leroin, that Leroin and Rahamim do not hold that we view it, which means if according to Rabbi Eliezer, the blood we throw on top, we don't consider the extra blood like water, and Rahamim say no. But if it's mixed, there's no question. Yani they don't agree. They agree. ותניא אמר רבי יהודה לא נחקור בידי רחמים על דם שחטאת שנתערבו בדם עולה שיקרב. If a sure say that it's but they did not argue about a case that the hatat was mixed with the blood of an Allah, definitely could bring blood. Definitely with an animal that was sodomized or sodomizing, that you don't bring it. Amar hakuz ma hogaran adam timash b'dam adamim. The blood of a non-mum Allah that got mixed with a mum Allah. Should I be as Ramay Karev says you bring it? Then the Lalu Lobling whether or not it's blended. But how say Lo Karev you don't bring it. So we see that he holds even when it's mixed together. The Gemara says Rabbi Yehuda Liba Rabbi Lazar Ben Lobling Kazal. Rabbi Yehuda says yes. According Rabbi Yehuda says that yes, according to Rabbi Isaac, whether or not it's mixed, it's kasher. Rabbi Nan because of the Hamim argue only when it's mixed in the same in different cups. Marabayah Loshna Lo Tihet Off. We said earlier that the mahaket only when the blood of the hatat became mixed with the blood of the Allah. Aval sof hatat v'olah, but let's say the remaining blood, not the life blood, but the remaining blood of the hatat mixed with the Allah. Divra kol mekom Allah b'makom shirayim. Everybody agrees that the place of the Allah is the place of the is like the extra blood being poured. Mario says, Hachim Arabidah says, Shiraim Tzechini Itztaba. The extra blood needs to be poured directly onto the Mizbeach base, not and the Allah needs to be put on the wall. Rishon also says, Lashon Allah, Safatat Allah, Divrei Akol, Allah, Mekom Allah, Makom Shiraim, and then it has to be put on put over there. Rabbi Yochanan says, Vitim Rabbi Elazar, then Machloket, he says even there, in this case of Machloket, not so simple to say that they agree. Okay. Matei Rav Huna Bar Yehuda. Kodesh in the pasuk says regarding the Korban Bachor, it says that it's kadosh. She'im mitarev b'dam kodeshim achrim yikrahu. That if the blood of the Bachor is mixed with the blood of a different Korban, it should still be brought. My love, sof olah Bachor. Sounds like even in the case of the extra blood of the olah that goes in the base, it became mixed with the blood of the Bachor. U'shamina makom olah makom shinaim. You see that you could put the olah in this place, just like the place of the extra of the other Korban. Gemara says, not a proof. Tehilat olah u'bechor, both are the initial blood, not the extra blood. Makan Rashi must hidush. The ein olim mebatlim zeh. The one korban does not be mevatel the second korban. Even if there's one more than the other. I mean, you have mostly olah blood, and you throw some of it with all that with the minor hatat blood. It's still kosher. Ha mi v'lakach midam apar midam mas'enaf. We learned that from different pasuk. It says tonight from Haganim. Igad nafka me'achav. Igad nafka different tanaim learned from different pasukim. But here Rav has a question. Vehekrivu b'nei Aharon et adam v'zareku et adam. Ma tamadumar dam dam. Why does it mention dam twice? It mentions it once in the beginning of the You have to mention it twice. We already know what you're talking about. Shiachol, you would have thought, and the ella elushn darum bit murata. You would think that the olah korbanot that were mixed with the blood of its replacement, substitute korban, she'af me'hayim tekra, that even if it got mixed when it was alive, you still bring the korban. Minar b'tada, usually I know it's even applied by a korban tada shlamim. Minabe ani tada shlamim shba'in b'deret dava b'chmata, because they're also donated. Minar rabot Hashem, I know the korban Hashem. Minabe Hashem shebitanin matan arba kmoto, because the bina Hashem, because it also needs four applications like the olah. Bechor Maaser Pesach, and I know something implied by Bechor Maaser or Korban Pesach. So the Pasuk says Dam Dam. Mar says my love so far Allah Bechor. Sounds like even in the case of the leftover blood of the Allah became mixed with the beginning part of the Bechor. Shomina Makom Olam Makom Shraim, seems like the same place. Mar says La, again same as before. Take that Allah Bechor, both their initial. Umak Mashma Zahidush is in Allah Latim Zed, they don't get canceled out. Mar says again maybe Lakach B'Dam Apar B'Dam Aser Nav, different pasuk. It doesn't cancel. Mar says tonight. Ik maakt niet aangaan, ik kan meegaan, even trainen naar een bezoekiem. Waarin tonight milakach midam aparo midam el alafi. And other tonight do not learn from the pasuk of the bloods Kasabe and Ravim the karmot because they hold you can't mix the blood of two korbanot that need to be placed on the blood that need to be placed on the mizbeach's horns. Midam v'dam lo na'ilif from the other two don't learn from the words bloods. Dam dam lo mashma because they don't think that that means anything special to learn something from it. Elami kodesh him my time I left. How come they all learn from the word kodesh him? Where it says kasav kodesh him kirim intimate. They learn from the pasuk that only the bachor can be brought, but the substitute command cannot be brought. V'idach has altana know that. Nafka that made him short in said la shem hu ukarev in krevav exclusion from there. Okay, Hashma bring proof. Natan the malav. Let's say the Kohen apply the blood from on top of the line without asking a question. You don't even ask halacha first. Elu l'modim she'asoy v'ten lo'atay already agrees that you should redo it. And both you put on the mizbeach. Versus my love, so yeah, sounds like even in the case of hatat love that got mixed. The cave in the hibla mala havelushin. Once you put it on top, it's like the extra. V'ten everybody agrees you can still apply it below. Sounds like you could put the olav as like the remaining for the hatat. Ki Atara Yishak Yosef, Amri Marav, mentioned in Israel, Ahmad Skim was up there. He going to Arab Hatat Hitsona Bishinaim. Well, the case of an outer Hatat that became mixed with the remaining of an inner Hatat. Right? So when it says Shinaim, it usually refers to the inner Hatat. But over here it's referring to the outer. And therefore, in this case, the Kohen can put the blood on top. If he did blood on top, all it's considered extra, and therefore you could do the rest bottom. Ma'abela says the name more could go in the Arab Bishram. How come you just can't just say the case in one case where you mix the outside? Right to make it a separate case. The Gemara says Dima Hakim Hashman because the Hidush is I feel the man damar shiram yakin even according to the opinion that holds that you have to pour the extra on the base, and if you don't, it's pasul. Hasru and yakin over here if it's less, meaning you're missing some or got mixed, is the Hidush will still be kosher. Ha Amar le Ravat to Safa al Ravina. He says to Ravina, we previously established the cases as majority upper bloods. And the Kohen put more on top of the lower bloods and he added even more. Meaning, even if the Hatat and the law became mixed, extra applying the blood below the line afterward is placed only on the base. So I have to mention this specific case of outer Hatat and inner Hatat. He tells him, Hani mila demanda amru ma'ikra in bila. This is teaching you only in regard to the concept that we said in the beginning. There's no such thing as blending according to Be'ezeh. Maskana because of pligi. But the end of the machalke is where they even argue a case of cups. Where you mixed up the cups. Even then, if the cups are mixed, you put the blood above the line for the upper korban and then below for the other one. No mishnah. النتنين الاثنين blood that's put out inside the heichal. شتعرفوا بنتين بحوت mixed blood that's supposed to be outside. يشافوا لما poured into the sewer. نتان بحوت فهذا تلم اثنين. If the guy did it anyhow, did it outside and inside, kasher. الاثنين بحسب من بحوت inside and outside. بيعكيوا بس بيجي بسوا. الاثنين بحمين ماشي محمد زي الكشر. شو بيعكي يوم said called me مش نحطوا الكبر بهيخال بس any blood that's burned inside for كبرات بسوا. فحميم من حتات بالله أنا متى حتات حميم says and the other member says أفا عشام even عشام مش نيمارة كحتات كعشام he says that عشام is considered like the حتات versus when it flowed nami reveals Zevahim. So how come there doesn't argue over here? Meaning how come it doesn't argue over here of I view it like it's extra. Whereas actually what's the coin supposed to do? It says bahutz bahdan is the thing you should do outside and back inside. Problem is kashim misvalaktim the same way you have to do that top and before the bottom. Kach misvalaktim b'chelim b'chutz you have to do inside before outside. So you can't just go in and out. Whereas like fine, b'nitim l'fnim bahdan let's do inside and outside. Where it says kim in diika hatat b'asham since there are hatot and asham tichim has the month once you bring him inside the pasul lo psikle he cannot say that because it doesn't apply to all cases. We'll stop here. Bracham. Men.